Okay, so the first thing to do is to go onto the website, which is DramaOnlineLibrary.com. Now, this will be obviously posted as well on Google Classroom, so you can get the link there and go over there. Once you're on the website, this is your homepage. You're going to see at the top right corner, there's login over here. And I want you to just click on that. So click on login and it will bring you to your login page over here. In username, it's really easy. You want to put all small letters, Le Bocage, and then your password is all small letters drama, D-R-A-M-A. Login details will also be shared with you on Google Classroom. Now you are onto the website with you logged in. If you look at the top over here, you should be able to see access provided by Le Bocage International School, which is excellent. You've got the search over here, but what I want you to do is look at the right of the search. You've got advanced search and advanced play search. So let's go to the advanced play search. We're not going to go into Play Finder, but we're going to go into Monologue search over here, which is the way you're going to find your monologue. So first of all, you might decide you want to, which gender you want. If you're a girl, you might decide I want female, but you might also decide I want to do a male one. If you're not decide, it can be any gender or it can be unassigned. Unassigned would be a performance of a character that can be played by a male or female actor. So let's say over here, I'm looking for a female gender. More than, I would suggest you put more than 300, or the other option is put less than 350. But it is really up to you. I tend to go more because I know if it's too long, I can cut it down. Now, over here, that's sufficient for you to just click on search here. It will be sufficient because you now have over here, if I look at my search results, I've got, So I've got 76 pages and I've got 759 relevant ones, which can be really interesting. But let's say, for example, you might know playwrights. If you know playwrights, you can click on more for playwrights. I'm now looking at the left column. But you might not also know the playwrights, so that's fine. Obviously, playwrights is a lot. I've clicked on one with a lot over here. You might look at everything will be plays. Another thing you might look at is genres and forms. You might know, okay, I want to look at British drama, or looking at, okay, Asian drama could be interesting. Maybe you want to look at something that's more into black comedy, or maybe, you want to look at something that's more melodrama. So you can do that over here. And you're going to see that it's already going to, for each of those categories, there's going to be fewer. So that's one thing you could do. The other thing is you might decide you don't really know what the formal style is, but you know what's the period. You want to, let's say, do something that's more modern. You could technically do the 2000 to present, for example, or you click more. You might decide you want to do something much more classical, and you can click on the different ones. So you could go on classical over here, this one over here. You could look at different time periods. It's up to you. And the last one that you can really choose is it in terms of themes. So you might decide that you want something that has to do with family, or you might decide you want something that has to do with betrayal, or you want something that has to do with hope. with romance, with celebrity, you can really go onto all the different bits and pieces. So by having this little search item, it should hopefully allow you to be able to narrow down your search. And then once you've narrowed it down, so let's actually choose maybe, let's say I'm going to narrow it down to show you what it could look like. Let's say I'm not going to narrow down on playwrights though. Let's say I'm going to narrow down on time period. So I know I want 2000 to present. It does mean that now I've got 398 options to choose from all the ones I had before. Now on top of that, I might decide to also narrow down in terms of themes. And let's say that for me, I know I want to look at immigration. Okay, so over here, now I've got 12 options to choose from. And I could even say, I'm going to put all results on one page. So I've got this one, the jungle. I've got the suppliant woman. I've got the house, the underroom, black, how to keep an alien, further than the furthest thing, returning to Haifa, another door closed, an adventure, Mujada, Josephine and I. Let's say I go on to Josephine and I click that, and it should then be able to give me where the monologue is, and I should be able to put the read play. And from that, if it doesn't come up straight away, we might say, okay, there we go. So here's my monologue over here. And then obviously that's going beyond. So over here, I read the monologue, and this is where you want to read critically. Look at it as you're reading. Think about it. Is it what you want? And over here, the whole thing is a monologue for the time being. And I'm going to read this and decide, okay, is this what I want to do? Yes, no. And based on that, I will then go back, choose another one, and finally come up with what will be my final choice. Now, if ever needed, you can always go back. You realize you've gotten two lost, you can always come back to here, more than 300, and go into search, and you realize, okay, I might have tried to do a bit too much, and then come back to over here and look at what those are. So this is just a little bit of an overview of how to use DramaOnline for searching a monologue whilst reading critically in making your choice.